Hi, this is Jason from Biblical Cinematic Universe, and today we're talking about the movie Mary of Nazareth, starring Alissa Yung and Paz Vega as Mary Magdalene. This movie came out like 2012, and I got a chance to go to a Catholic bookstore in Toronto, and they had a showing of the film followed by a question and answer period with the actress Alissa Yung, and there's another video where I kind of introduce her and say hi to her. This is what she looks like, and she does a great job in the role. I thought she's pretty tall in real life too, as far as Marys are, and even woman. So she was, like almost my height, and I got it signed and autographed. I got this signed and autographed. That's cool. And the movie is basically the life of Mary, Mother of Jesus, and Mary Magdalene, and Herodias are the three main characters of the story. So it's kind of from their point of view. I thought that if you compare this to other Mary of Nazareth movies that are focused only on Mother Mary from the birth of Jesus all the way to his death and resurrection, this is one of the best ones. I thought it does a good job of fleshing out the character. They do a good job of creating ideas and stories to fill the gaps that are believable or at least dramatically make sense. So, for example, Mary Magdalene is a childhood friend of Mary, even though Paz Vega just looks like she never ages because she's supposed to be, 20 in the beginning, and then I guess she would be 50, the death of Jesus, but she looks like she's in her 30s, you know what I mean? Throughout the whole movie. Oh well, I get it. It's a drama, but in this version of the movie, Mary Magdalene, basically she was enticed by Herodias into the King Herod's court, and then becomes Herodias' servant to do things go make up accusations against John the Baptist and stuff. So she has a very interesting story arc where she starts off as kind of this hurting woman who is drawn into Herod's court, and then afterwards needs to find redemption. And of course they combine Mary Magdalene's story, not a spoiler really, I think, because they often do this, although not biblically accurate, with the John chapter 8, which is the woman caught in adultery storyline, and the woman and also the storyline where a sinful woman, anoints Jesus' feet. So this movie, I thought one of the guy who plays Jesus is pretty good. He is not, for me, the best Jesus or the worst Jesus. He is kind of a middle of the road good Jesus for this film, if that makes sense. He would probably be in the tradition of a 1970s Jesus movie, like Jesus of Nazareth, or something like that, or kind of more of the traditional side. He's still good. He's still pretty good, but he's not they're going to be in your top 5 probably Jesus actors. I don't think so. But I do think Alissa Yung is really good in this role, and brings a good storyline to it. Other storylines, we get really into the Joseph and Mary dynamic. Joseph actually lives a lot longer in this movie than most Jesus movies, so he actually lives to see the beginning of Jesus' ministry, which I thought was interesting. Like I said, there's all these interesting dynamics. Now, there are some biblical stories still in there. There's still the water into wine story. There is the prodigal son story is told. And then really in the end of the movie, the last, I guess, not even third, quarter of the movie, I'd say, is, now we have to fast forward. So there's kind of a feeling of a time shift that happens where you're at the beginning of Jesus' ministry, and then they don't, if you have followed the Bible and you know the Bible, then you understand that 3 years has passed, but the movie kind of is trying to condense things and fast forward things, and then all of a sudden, we're now into 3 years into Jesus' ministry, death and resurrection. But I do recommend this movie, and give it a check, and see, 7 out of 10. Biblical Cinematic Universe. Thanks, take care.